Ryan Reed, driver of the 16 in the NASCAR Xfinity Series, is to attempt a Sprint Cup debut at Talladega. Source, FoxSports.com. Ryan Reed, who drives for Roush Fenway Racing, right? Well, if all goes well, qualifying, may be driving the 99 car at the Alabama 500. So, this was Fox Sports, as mentioned. The last driver to drive the 99 car was Carl Edwards back in 2013, back when Carl Edwards was racing at Roush Fenway Racing. Now, Ryan Reed says he's looking forward to racing at Talladega, and will be driving the 99 Liberty Diabetes Ford. Liberty Diabetes is the same sponsor for the 16 NASCAR Xfinity Series car. Ryan Reed was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes in 2011 and was even told that he would not race again. But in 2015, Ryan Reed won the NASCAR Xfinity Series opener at Daytona. So look for the 99 at Talladega. Now, Talladega, I tell you when, October 23rd would be the Talladega race. All right, I gotta remember to save that one. So use that one again when that time comes. Now, let's go over the power rankings, shall we? Now for Motorsports Radio's Power Ranking Digest. Information source, NASCAR.com. So here it is, number 1 through 16. I would say about 99%, most of our stuff comes from the internet. So there you go. And then, so there you go. Number 1 through 16, power rankings. Number 1, Martin Truex Jr. Number 2, Kevin Harvick. Third. Number 3, Kyle Busch. Jimmy Johnson, number 4. Brad Keselowski, number 5. Number 6, Matt Kenseth. Number 7, Chase Elliott. Number 8, Joey Logano. Number 9, Denny Hamlin. Number 10, Carl Edwards. Number 11, Kurt Busch. Number 12, Kyle Larson. Number 13, Austin Dillon. Jamie McMurray, number 14. Tony Smoke Stewart, number 15. Chris Buescher, number 16. And that is the power rankings for this week. Boy, I did add Denny Hamlin to the Motorsports Radio Championship 4 Probables. I did. The Championship 4 Probables, here it is. Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, and Truex Jr. And I really think that it's going to be Truex Jr. I just think. Or it could be Kevin Harvick. But I'm pulling for Truex Jr. this year. So there you go. Now, I know what you're saying. I'm a Joey Logano fan, but the 22 team, I don't know. They've been having some trouble lately, but I'll still be rooting for the 22. But if those 4 drivers are in the Motorsports Radio Championship 4 probables, the 4 drivers I just mentioned, I'm going to pull for Truex Jr. So there you go. All right. So, NASCAR Camping World Truck Series heads to Viva Las Vegas Xfinity and Sprint Cup Series, heading to the Monster Mile down in Dover. So, Las Vegas Motor Speedway, Las Vegas, Nevada. In case you didn't know where Las Vegas was. 7,000 Las Vegas Boulevard North, 1.5 mile tri-oval asphalt, banking at the corners between 12 and 20 degrees. And this is going to be a Saturday night race for the trucks, which is going to be pretty cool. And then we head to one of my favorite tracks, very close to home, man, Dover International Speedway. I love this track. And I'm telling you, they need to add a night race from Dover. They need to spice it up. And I like the night races, and I think a night race at Dover would be pretty good. They could do it. They got lights there. They got lights. Well, they got they got lights there because they do the truck race there at night. And then the truck race that they do the first time at Dover at the beginning of the season when they do that 5:30 race. So they got that. They also have horse racing over there in the middle, in the center field there, middle field there. So they could do it. And I think a night race at Dover, I want to say it. Yeah, it would be a good idea. I think it's an excellent idea. But Dover International Speedway, 1131 North DuPont Highway, Dover, Delaware, 19901. 1 mile. A 1 mile slab of concrete. Banking's at the corners, 24 degrees. And at the streets, it's 9. This track is crazy, ladies and gentlemen. Formula 1 has to Malaysia. So let's do it now. Racing fans, Motorsports Radio presents the official Motorsports Radio racing schedule. And here we go, starting with, now we're going to go in the order, okay? So we'll start with the Xfinity Series, because Xfinity Series comes first this weekend. That's on Saturday afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern Time on NBCSN and on MRN. And that's going to be the Drive Sobar 200, and that's going to have 200 laps on deck. And then we head to Saturday night Camping World Truck Series, 8:30 Eastern on FS1 and MRN, and that's going to be the DC Solo 350, and that's going to be with 146 laps on tap. And then race number 3 of the chase, race number 3 of the round of 16, the first elimination race for the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series, Sunday afternoon. 16 drivers and 12 will come out in advance. Well, we have 2 that advanced already, so we got 10 more. They're going to fight to keep out of that bottom 4, the top 16, right? So there we go. And that's going to be Sunday afternoon, 2 Eastern Time on NBCSN and MRN for the Citizen Soldier 400. And that's going to be with 400 laps on tap. And then, and before all that, there's Formula 1 racing. If those that want to get up really early in the morning on Sunday morning at 3 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time, coverage starting at 2:30 a.m., and that's going to be on NBCSN, and that's going to be the Malaysian Grand Prix. So there you go, very interesting. I would suggest DVRing that one. I think I watched most of the Formula 1 races on DVR. That's okay. You can fast forward through commercials, you know? There you go. Although sometimes, you know, Formula 1, they do the side-by-side. So if you fast forward the commercials, you might miss some action, you know? But Formula 1 is very interesting, I must say. And I'll admit, this is my first year actually watching Formula 1 and actually getting into it. And I would say it's interesting. Not as exciting as watching NASCAR race. I would say that it's a whole different ball game, and you know, it's definitely not stock car racing, but it's interesting. You know, they got a lot of fancy stuff on those cars too, and it's now IndyCar. I like IndyCar too. I kind of like all 3. NASCAR is my favorite though. NASCAR is my favorite. Formula 1 is number 2. Number 3 is going to be IndyCar. Also got NHRA, but that I can't really rank amongst those 3 because NHRA is just a whole different feel on its own, and NHRA is kind of fun to watch. Then of course you got monster trucks. So there you go. Alright, so that's going to do it for this weekend. Motorsports Radio is available on demand anytime. CommunityRadio.com, and click on the Motorsports Radio button, and as mentioned, coming in 2017, motorsportsradio.net. So thank you for tuning in. This is Manny Allegretta, and this is Motorsports Radio. Have a good, fun weekend coming up, and we'll be back on Monday with race recaps.